Thank you, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. We have two guests tonight. Yay, great, we're excited. So today I'd like to talk about the book called The Power of Now. Anybody has read the book before? Yes, a lot of people. That's great. Okay, for those of you who haven't, I'm going to be talking a little bit about this. And this book was written by Eckhart Tolle. He had, on his late 20s, he had like a mystical experience in which he was able to perceive two entities within himself. He recognized one of them to be fictitious and one of them to be real. The fictitious one is the one that was really identifying with the mind and the thinking process. It was always focused on the future and in the past or a thought in the head. And the real one he considered to be what he called like this presence or this pure awareness that was fully present in the moment. So I'm going to read a couple of passages of the book so we can become familiar with it. I thought it was very interesting. Somebody asked him, what is the greatest obstacle to experience reality or to experiencing this real self? And he said, identification with the mind, which causes thought to become compulsive. Not being able to stop thinking is a dreadful affliction, but we don't realize this because almost everybody is suffering from it. So it is considered to be normal. Now, the first time that I read this about 10 years ago, I thought, oh my God, that's me. He's talking about me, you know. I just noticed that my mind kept going on and on and on, and I thought that was normal. I thought that, you know, that's how it was meant to be. So he goes on and he says, this incessant mental noise prevents you from finding that realm of inner stillness that is inseparable from your being. So that is what blocks us from experiencing who we truly are. The essence of our being is this incessant thinking and worrying and plotting and planning. It's so draining. And so he said, compulsive thinking has become a collective disease. I never thought about that before. And your whole sense of who you are is then derived from mind activity. So in the book, he stresses the importance of us learning how to be fully present right here and right now. And he said that when you practice that at a constant basis, then the light of your consciousness begins to shine a little bit more and a little bit more, and you begin to gain access not only to a power, but also to wisdom that is present right here and right now. So he goes on to give some exercises in the book that can be really helpful for us to understand about it. And he said that one of those things is that the awareness of our inner body is like a portal into the now. So I would like to give an exercise here for us to have the feeling of that. So I'm going to invite you just to close your eyes for a moment and take a deep breath. And I want you to forget about the future, forget about the past for a moment, and just pay attention to your inner body. Just pay attention to your own energy and your own presence, just for a minute. Your heart beating, your breathing. Okay, and just bring your attention back to this moment once again. So he said that if you do this on a regular basis, and if you add to be fully present in any activity that you are doing, you can open up your eyes if you want. For example, let's say I'm cleaning my house. Let me practice being fully present in the action of cleaning. Or let me say I'm doing my dishes. Let me be fully present when I'm doing the dishes. Or let's say that I am in a line of a post office. Instead of being there wondering what I'm going to do later, he said just practice being fully present and just observe everything that is. He actually said that this is the most important spiritual practice a person can do. Just this little practice. And we may not be able to hold that for a long time, but he said just do it for 30 seconds, do it for 1 minute, do it for 2 minutes, but do it regularly, because little by little you're going to begin to see a transformation in your own life. Another very interesting thing that he said in the book, he talks about something called an emotional pain body. And this emotional pain body is like the accumulation of all the painful events that you have in the past, and it's recorded in your memory. And for most people, it's like lying dormant within yourself. But sometimes when somebody comes and push a button, then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, you get so angry, or you get upset, or you get frustrated. That's because there's this accumulation of pain body within you that you are not even aware of it. And he said that the way to dissolve this pain body or this emotion and transmute it is by bringing self-awareness to it. Just be the observer of the emotion. So when the emotion comes up, instead of allowing it to take possession of you and you become very reactive, just simply stay back and just observe the feeling. What am I feeling? Just observe, be the observer. And he said that when you practice that again and again, instead of being possessed by the emotion, just practice bringing awareness to the feeling, then little by little, the negative emotion begins to dissolve within yourself. Now, I'm not going to be able to go over to the whole book, but it's a very interesting book. I have watched a lot of videos from Eckhart Tolle on YouTube, and some of them were interviews done by Oprah Winfrey. Everybody saw Oprah Winfrey, this Golden Globe. I mean, her speech was like spectacular. And she said that she considered him to be her teacher, her mentor, and her guru. She highly appreciates his writings. She buys his books and she gives away to a lot of people. And for myself, when I read this book 10 years ago, I felt like somebody was giving me a key to freedom and fulfillment. So I'd like to recommend those of you who have read the book, read the book again, because as you mature, you're going to be able to pick up different things from the book. And for those of you who have not read the book, I really recommend you to give it a try. And I really hope that you too may feel like somebody's giving you a key to freedom and fulfillment. Thank you, Toastmaster.